When a drunk driver hits a family of four, a mother, a father, children, and that person kills everybody in that car, what's the main factors that's involved in that whole situation? The man, the drinking, and the car. But who do we blame for that entire situation? We don't blame the liquor. We don't blame the car. We blame the person. We hold the person accountable. See, this person, Aubrey Hale, she decided that day that she wanted to be a murderer. She decided that day that she wanted to be a killer. What's going on, ladies and gentlemen? Welcome back to the Truth is Controversial podcast with your host, me and my man, Bleak. Now, on today's video, we're going to be talking about something that is just a tragedy, man. And I wish my man Bleak could be here with me today, but he couldn't join me on today's video. But he will be here to give his condolences and what he thought on this whole entire situation on a future show. I just wanted to get up here to, basically shed some light on a couple of things. This is the Truth is Controversial podcast, and I am not trying to be controversial, but we have to look at the elephant in the room, you guys. We have to look at the bigger picture on what's going on in America that we ignore, and that is mental health. I talk to my daughters all the time. I got a 9-year-old, I got a 14-year-old, and I got a 19-year-old. And I tell them, I'm like, y'all generation has a lot of issues with mental health. And I don't think it's because of the generation, or I don't blame them. What I blame is how America ignores this. America looks at this situation as if, we just need to let people be. The thing is, we don't need to let people be. We need to get people help. You see what I mean? Now, the thing is, I seen Joe Biden, good old Joe, smoking Joe, old head Joe, up here continuing this gun control nonsense. The thing is, people, you gotta understand, when a drunk driver hits a family of four, a mother, a father, children, and that person kills everybody in that car, what's the main factors that's involved in that whole situation? The man, the drinking, and the car. But who do we blame for that entire situation? We don't blame the liquor. We don't blame the car. We blame the person. We hold the person accountable. See, this person, Aubrey Hale, she decided that day that she wanted to be a murderer. She decided that day that she wanted to be a killer. She talked to somebody on Instagram, one of her friends, and said, you know what? I'm going to die today. And you're probably going to hear about it on the news after I die. So she had a wherewithal of what she was going to do. She had a plan. I mean, the police even said that they got a manifesto where she's literally pointing and planning this whole entire situation. You see? And it had nothing to do with a gun. It had nothing to do with the car that she drove to this school where she killed three 9-year-olds, 2 adults, and did a suicide by cop on herself. You see? It's all about Mr. Biden. It's all about the person, holding the person accountable for their actions. And after that, we have to start thinking about the mental conditions of our citizens in this country. See, this person was a transgender man, per se. You see? He was a transgender man, but in actuality, this was a biological woman. And America and the world now tells us that we have to acquiesce to what people think of themselves. You see? We have to address them with some pronouns that no one gets their own pronouns. No one has their own adjectives. No one has their own verbs. But they get their own pronouns because they feel they are something. And they have all right to feel the way they want to feel. They all have all right to identify how they want to identify. But when you now tell me I have to identify that person as such, that's when we have a problem based upon not wanting to take care of this mental condition, as in gender dysphoria. You see? See, America is always going to have its foot in its mouth when dealing with these situations and not wanting to deal with these situations. Do you guys understand what I'm saying here? The thing is, it's not about gun control. It's not about this person picking up a rifle, a semi-automatic gun, or assault rifle. At the end of the day, you can get that anywhere. Pookie and Ray Ray can go down the street and get a gun. So you changing the gun law is just going to make it hard for me as a citizen, as a law-abiding citizen that pay taxes. You're going to make it more hard for me to get that weapon to protect my family. It doesn't make sense. Do you have prohibition on alcohol because of so many deaths? As a matter of fact, it's more deaths from car accidents dealing with alcohol than any mass shooter. You see? At the end of the day, you're not going to prohibition alcohol. You're not going to tell people they can't drive. You're just going to keep holding that person who decides to drink and get behind the wheel and drive. You're going to start holding that person accountable. So don't give me this gun law. Stop focusing on the gun law and start focusing on the mental health of these American citizens. I don't give an excuse to this person. No, I don't. Because she should have went out and got checked and mentally evaluated and went out and got help for this. She decided to let all of those feelings or her motives on why she did all of these things fester into becoming a murderer. And I don't hold anybody accountable. I don't hold a gun accountable. I don't hold the car accountable. I don't hold her parents accountable. I hold her accountable for this. And we need to start holding people accountable and telling them to go get help instead of saying, hey, let's just live with it. Let's just let them be who they want to be. Because when you let them be who they want to be, they turn out like this. That's all I got. This has been the Truth is Controversial podcast. And at the end of the day, don't believe nothing that you hear. Don't believe nothing that you see unless it lines up with logic, common sense, and reason. I'm out. Y'all can always follow us on Instagram. That is truth.controversial. Shout out to my man Bleak. Like I said, he will be up here to tell all of what he has to say about this situation later. At the end of the day, y'all, please be safe and watch out for yourself. I'm out. Peace.
In a world full of half-truths and fake news, the Truth is Controversial podcast. Two truth seekers stand ready to expose the lies and uncover the facts. They are not afraid to speak up, stand out, and take on the establishment. Bleak and Dutch.